Hello guys, now we're doing a video of what my kids are getting in their Thanksgiving bags. So yeah. So yeah. I'm determined to not make this an hour-long video because my tablet cannot handle hour-long videos, and I want to be able to.
Oh yeah, I can see yesterday's.
Yeah. And I want to make one that posts this time. But basically, I'm gonna show you guys the stack down here. But yes, let's just get started. So, and then I have another stack. But anyway, first is this book. It is by the Person Dimly brand of books. Both my daughter and my son, they love this Person Dimly book. My daughter and son, they both love the Person Dimly books. So I wanted to get my son one. It's the Person Dimly's Treasure Hunt. My son and daughter, they both love Person Dimly books. So I got my son the Person Dimly Treasure Hunt book. Both my son and my daughter do have some of the Person Dimly books, and they love them. So I did want to get my son a Person Dimly that he does not have. I got this Treasure Hunt book, and whenever I see the Person Dimly books, I always get them because once they're there, and then they're gone. So this is another book that I stock up on whenever I see them, because if you see them and then you don't see them, you're kind of out of luck. So I always stock up on the Person Dimly books. So I always stock up on Person Dimly books. So I was super happy to find this for my son. Be age and reading level for him. Not too hard, not too easy, and it's perfect level for him. This would be way too hard for way too easy for my daughter. Like, she's already past this level of book of reading. So I want to get this one for my son. But yes, I want to get it for my son. This is way past my daughter's reading level. Another thing is that I try and advance my son and daughter every day. No, my son, because my daughter is already advanced, but my son, I try and advance and get him more harder and complex books as the days and the weeks and months go on. Because I don't want him to be reading baby books at like age 12, 13. So, they love Person Dimly. So I got Person Dimly, and I think they will love this. Again, whenever I see Person Dimly books, I always get them. And he is just like his sister. If it's a old book that's kind of coming apart, he'll read it, but he'll display it on his like a nightstand or on his TV shelf. And he'll just like display it like this, so that he can look at it. But they aren't really books that my kids read. If it's a what they call, as my kids call, a display book, it's one that they display and they don't read as often. Which I'm not forcing them to display their books. They just do. They just display their books if they're in bad condition or if they're torn up or whatever. Because a lot of the books I do get used, and some are in bad condition because I get them at a thrift store. So, yeah. Again, whenever I see Person Dimly books, I always get them. So this is for my son. They love Person Dimly books. Then we love Scholastic books. This is a Scholastic, and my kids love Magic School Bus. So I got this Magic School Bus book. But, yeah. Basically, my daughter and son, they both love Magic School Bus books. And whenever I see Magical Bus, I always get them for my kids, because once they're there, and then they're hard to find. So I always get Magical Bus books for my kids whenever I can, because they're there and then they're gone. But my daughter loves anything to do with the rainforest. I have Hoss right here and Daisy right there. But yes, the first book brings them that my kids were on was Scholastic. Then I transferred them to beginner readers, and then they were on Usborne for their final reading, reading curriculum type thing. I'm not totally sure, but yeah. This Magical Bus book, Scholastic. My daughter is really into the Magical Bus chapter books. I got her two for her Thanksgiving bags. So yeah. One thing that I do want to make clear is the Magical Bus chapter books I'm not going to get for my son until he is at least 10, 11, 12 years of age. Partly because he's not at that skill level to read the Magical Bus chapter books at his age level right now and at his reading capacity. Excuse me. But yeah, I do let my son get the Magical Bus picture books while I'm trying to put my daughter on the Magical Bus chapter books. But I try not to have my kids on picture books at 9 and 10. I try and move them up to more chapter books or books without pictures so that they can kind of get more advanced. But yeah, Magical Bus, they love Magical Bus. My son will not be on Magical Bus chapter books until he has at least 11, 12, 13 years of age. And my son and my daughter loves the Magical Bus chapter books, so I do get her those because again she's advanced for her age. She likes books that are challenging for her to read and all that stuff. I do get the Magical Bus picture books for my son. I try to avoid them for my daughter because she doesn't really. I mean, she likes them, but it's kind of controversial with her because I like it, I don't like it, type of thing. And they love Magical Bus books they love Magical Bus books. So I did get this one for my daughter. This is the one picture book per se that is Magical Bus theme that I am getting for my daughter. Usually I always get her the chapter book of Magic School Bus. All the Magic School Bus books that are picture books that my daughter did have she already gave them to her brother. Because she's way past the Magic School Bus level of reading. But I did want to get her this because again you can't find it I'm pretty sure you can find it, but I did get her one of the Magic School Bus hardcover books because you can never find them, and I always buy her the Magic School Bus chapter books. What I liked about these is that she doesn't really know that she's learning because it's it has educational facts and stuff on each page. This is the perfect level for my daughter. It has a lot of educational stuff in it. So all she thinks is that she's learning. She doesn't really think that she's even that she's reading. She doesn't think that she's learning, but in actuality she is. So all of the picture books, Magic School Bus picture books, I've already gave to my all the Magic School Bus picture books I have already gave to my son. That were my daughter's. I gave them to my son because my daughter is way past the Magic School Bus age for those books. My son likes the Magic School Bus books, so I still have him. I give him those because mainly I give him those so that because he's at the age level my son is for Magic School Bus books. While my daughter is way more advanced, I'm trying to get her on the Magic School Bus chapter books, but I did get my daughter a Magic School Bus picture book. Really, do I ever do that? Like I just said, and all the Magic School Bus books that were my daughter's are now in my son's hands. But yeah, my son loves the Magic School Bus books. So got this from my daughter, and again I try and have them on chapter books, but what can you do? If they don't agree to read chapter books, then you can only buy them what they really want to read. So yes, got this for my daughter. This is the only hardcover Magic School Bus book that my daughter will own besides her Magic School Bus chapter books that I am trying to transition her into because she loves Magic. She loves Magic School Bus, but I don't want it to be like too advanced and too easy for her. So this is the only Magic School Bus picture book that she's getting besides the Magic School Bus chapter books. So I will not start my son on the Magic School Bus chapter books until he is at least 11, 12, 13 years of age. But my daughter is on that. And then all the Magic School Bus books that my daughter's. The Magic School Bus picture books that my daughter's had, all the Magic School Bus picture books that my daughter had are now, my son has them, and he loves them. But I love how Magic School Bus books have learning facts and learning things on each page to kind of learn while you read. Really do books have that unless it is educational based, unless it is a educational based book. So I love how Magic School Bus incorporates learning into their books. So, got a Magic School Bus book. And that's what I like. The only kid Magic School Bus hardcover that my daughter is getting besides the Magic School Bus chapter books. Then we have these Richard Scarry books. Both my kids are getting these Richard Scarry books. They love Richard Scarry, and we already have a plethora of Richard Scarry books already. But I got Busy World. My daughter and son, they don't need any more Richard Scarry books. Like they are done. But I got this one for my daughter. It's Busy World, and this has way more pages and way more stuff in it than my 9-year-old will be able to understand. But see, it's at my 10-year-old's level. Perfect for her. You guys might think that it's a little bit too easy, but it's the perfect level for my 10-year-old. She loves Richard Scarry. And this is what I mean by having a plethora of words on each page, but also not trying to be too overwhelming. Because I have got my daughter picture books before that, and books before that that were too challenging, or not too challenging. They overloaded. They had too much information on that page and in the book that my daughter just got too overwhelmed with the stuff in the book. So I try to get books that. The heck. But I try to get books that wouldn't overwhelm my kids, because my 10-year-old gets overwhelmed really fast with books. So I thought this would be perfect for her. But I did get her this one. I try not to get books that will overwhelm her too much, because I have got her books before and they have overwhelmed her. So it's perfect insight of information and perfect reading level for my 10-year-old. So I did get her Busy World. I mean, they don't need any more Richard Scarry books. I got them 2 Richard Scarry books because that's what they were asking for. Both my kids were Richard Scarry books. They wanted at least 1 Richard Scarry book per kid. My 10-year-old requested Busy World, so I got her that, and my son actually requested Busy Town. So I got him this one. This one is not as hard as Busy World. This is the perfect age level for my 9-year-old boy. Perfect age level, this and age level and reading level. This would be way too hard for my son. But this would be way too easy for my daughter, and I don't want that. I want something that is the perfect skill for her. So that's why I'm giving her Busy World. And my son's getting Busy Town. It has simple words. This is not overloading. Perfect age level, skill level, everything for him. And it talks about different things in our everyday world and what we would see in our everyday town. So does the Busy World. And it has, and you hop aboard, and basically what I like about the Busy World is that it talks about Germany. It talks about all different countries. It talks about all different countries in this book. And my daughter wants to go to. My daughter really wants to go to Paris. So you basically you actually learn and you read and you look at all these and you see all these different countries in this book. Plus, there's so many other countries that you will see and explore in this book. Like, see, like look from the front of the book, right? So this part is Pip goes to London. So it's about London, and then you have that, and then you have the Swiss mountain climber, Sergeant Yukon of the Canadian Mounties, Denmark, Germany, Dutch plumber, Paris. So I think my daughter will love this. She wants to go to different countries and go to the Eiffel Tower and all, and Paris and all that crap. But I think she would love this. Plus, it talks about all the different countries, or a lot of the different countries. I'm not sure if it covers all the countries, but I know a lot of the countries it covers. I'm not sure if it covers all the countries, but I know a lot of the countries it covers. This is a Richard Scarry Busy Town book. This would be way too easy for my daughter, so that's why I'm giving it for my son. They both requested a Richard Scarry book, but they are already maxed out on Richard Scarry books. They don't need any more Richard Scarry books. So when I saw this book for my son, I knew I had to get it. It's basically the exact same thing as Busy World, only it's not traveling to different countries. It's just talks about like different things you would see in a town or in your own road or in your own like city or something. So I thought my son would enjoy this, and I'm trying not every day, week, and month. I'm trying to get my son on more advanced books. That's why you guys might see a harder books every time you guys may watch some of these videos. Why are you getting that? That's a hard book. Your son isn't even at that reading level yet. Well, it's because I don't want him to be on this little tiny baby level until he's like 10, or not 10, like 13, 14. I don't want him to be reading small little sentences. I want him to be on my 10-year-old level, which is like this. This is my 10-year-old's level. Right here. This is my 10-year-old's level right here. She is able to read advanced sentences and read all the little facts. My son, on the other hand, he can only read this. And I don't want him to be reading this until he is like 11, 12, 13 years of age. So I know it is simple sentences and simple words, but that I try and get him a new book every day and every week. I got to start every week or maybe about every day, week, month, to give him a new book. But I try and up his reading capacity, so I try and buy him a new book that is like not on his reading level, but kind of like more challenging for him, so that we can like get him on a new reading path and like make it so that he can be at my 10-year-old's reading level. Because right now he's at first grade, second grade reading level. And not saying that's bad. I just want him to be able to or like not prolong it, but like be able to read like my 10-year-old and be able to read better and more advanced stuff, because he is not reading advanced stuff. Like I'm buying him some chapter books, and right now, he has some chapter books already that he reads before he goes to bed, and he's like, "Mom, what does this say? Mom, what does this say?" So that's why I'm trying to get harder books every day, every week, every month for him, to try and get his reading capacity and reading level up. So yes, I got this busy town one for him. They both have a collection of Richard Scarry books. It's just I wanted a simple one, or not simple, but a more challenging one for my son, and a more complex, harder one for my daughter. But still, I still want to get them, or at least my daughter, a book that was not a registered book that was not too overwhelming and challenging. And I found the perfect one because she wants to go to all these different countries, but I won't allow her to do that. So this book goes through all the different countries. It talks about all the different things, what you might see there, blah blah. So I thought that they would both love these Richard Scary books, and I got them 2 different ones: Busy Busy World for my daughter, and the Busy Busy Town for my son. And I try not to get him books that he already has. And I like how this book is, again, not too easy, but I try and get him one that is way past his reading level. And I thought that my son is still working on like 2 or 3 like word sentence books. So this is kind of past his reading level and kind of challenging, and kind of at the level that my 10-year-old's at. So I want that. That's what I want. I want my 9-year-old to be reading what my 10-year-old reads, like at my 10-year-old's level, but my 9-year-old isn't. So I got him a Busy Town Richard Scary book. This is kind of the exact same type of book, or types of books that my daughter reads, with the more sentences and the more words and the more pictures in them. That's kind of what my daughter reads, is that. So I kind of wanted to get my son the same thing, so that we can kind of have him caught up and reading like my daughter, because my son reads at like a 1st grade, 2nd grade level, but I don't want him. I mean, not saying that that's bad. I just don't want him to be reading like that his entire life. Like he's like 13, 14, 15. So yeah. Anyway, I got this Usborne book. We love Usborne. This is Usborne, if you cannot tell. It's pretty thick. My son. Yeah, it's my son. My son is obsessed with, or no, not my son, my daughter. First, I had them on Richard, Scholastic, then Beginner Readers, and then I had them on Usborne. So, my daughter has a collection of these pullback books by Usborne, so I got her another one. This one is Busy Bug Book. My daughter already has quite a few of these pullback books by Usborne, and she loves them. So does my son. My son has the Train one, and something else, I believe. But they are pretty chunky books. Basically, I got my daughter this book already. Long story short, I got my daughter this book already, like full price at, I believe, like Walmart or I think Amazon. No, it was somewhere, and it came with the Ladybug. Well, she still had my daughter still has the Ladybug from that book. She just gave her other book away. That was the Busy Bug book. She gave that to her brother, but she still has the Ladybug. I kind of also made her do it too, because she does not know that she's getting one. She's getting that exact same book that she gave to her brother. So she already has the Ladybug for this book. But I just wanted to get her the book for her Ladybug, because this book she gave to her brother, and her brother like loves the other book. Hopefully this makes sense. I got this. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. I have this book right here. This book right here. I already got one. I got this exact same book for my daughter. I made my daughter get rid of the other of this book, of the other type of this book that she had, because I just didn't want her to have it, because she does not know this, but I'm getting her the exact same book that she gave away to her brother. This was the exact same book that she had that I paid full price for, but it came with the Ladybug. So, My son likes the pullback books by Osborne, and my daughter does too. So I just got her this book. It was actually used. It does not come with the Ladybug, which is actually all right. All I needed was the book. I didn't really care about actually having the Ladybug, because my daughter already has the Ladybug from the other book of this that I got her, which is now her brother's. But it goes on this track right here, and it goes. Yeah. You think that as you get more pages, but it's actually only 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. 5, or 4 or 5 if you want to count this page. But my daughter already has the bug for the book. I got her this book used. It's the Busy Bug book. My son has the train type of this with the pullback train, so I wanted to get my daughter the book that she used to have. This will be a cool little memory. She's not expecting this book at all, and she already has the Ladybug for this. So when I saw this book and it did not come with the Ladybug, I had to grab it, just because usually whenever I see this book, it always has the Ladybug included, and I don't need the Ladybug. My daughter already has the Ladybug for this book, so I just needed this book, but without the Ladybug. So I was super happy when I found this at garage sale without the Ladybug, because my daughter already has the Ladybug. And one episode, and I still try to collect tons of these Usborne pullback books for my daughter, because she loves any of the Usborne pullback books, just like her brother. But usually I always find I've seen this book everywhere whenever I go shopping, but it always has the Ladybug. I need to find it without the Ladybug, because my daughter already has the Ladybug. So I was super happy when I found this at garage sale without the Ladybug, because everywhere I go it has the Ladybug with the book. So I was super happy to find this at garage sale without the bug, without the bug, because my daughter already has the book. All she needed was this book, so that she could use her bug that comes with this book that she already has on this book, so that she could have them go on the tracks. So it starts here. Whoop, whoop, and whoop, and whoop. So yeah, you get 4 track pages of different track routes. So yeah, super happy when I found this book. I know she'll love it. And I usually always find this book, but it always has the Ladybug in it, and we don't need this. We need this book, but we don't need it with the Ladybug. And I always go everywhere, and I always find this book, but with the Ladybug. So when I found it at a garage sale without the Ladybug, I was so happy, because rarely do you ever find that, because my daughter already has the Ladybug. We love Usborne, and my daughter and son, they love these pullback books by Usborne, so I always get them. Super happy to find the Usborne book, pullback bug book, but without the pullback bug, because my daughter already has it. So